Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to Myvirginkitchen. Today I'm showing you how to make this soup that I just tipped up in the bowl. How cool is that? It's spaghetti and meatball soup. It's got cheese, parmesan cheese in it. It's got parsley in it and I keep tipping it. It's really good. Give it a go.
There's a place in your house where it's cool to chill, get some me time or even cook a meal. It's your kitchen mofo, ain't no time to slack, so just grab yourself a penny and let's work that ass. If you're scared of this place, ain't no need to bother, just lay down your weapons and pick up another.
Righty-ho, so we're going to get started and make this. The ingredients are right here. If I tap the camera now, here we go, tap. Hit pause on the video and write them all down. This soup is going to be hunky and chunky, just like me. Was how Mrs. Barry refers to me anyway, I think. Maybe the chunky bit. So yeah, it's going to have a very rouge feel. There's lots of red stuff here. We've got red onion, red pepper, red tomatoes, red chopped tomatoes in a tin, and the mincemeat is red at the minute, but obviously it's going to be brown when it's cooked, so that's not really a red reference. So it's very rouge, which is French for red. I'll give you another little tip as well. Another French word, don't tell anyone, keep it hush. Bonjour is French for hello. Okay, don't, yeah. French. So we're going to get on and do some boring stuff like that. I'm going to chop up the pepper, the onion and the tomatoes into quarter, and it can all mush together in a bit. So I'll do those steps and then we'll work together on the other bits, okay? High five. Okay, so I've just done that boring step of cutting up our peppers and tomatoes like that. Look how glossy that is. Can't really tell which one's which, but for reference, tomatoes are there. I've got rid of the goo on the inside like that, and the peppers are right there. Chopped up my red onion, a little bit of roughly chopped parsley. When you say roughly chopped, it's kind of like rough, like and you can be rough, like rough face. I've got lots more parsley down here, which I'll show you in just a little bit. And I just tripped over my bin, which I always do. Sorry about that. Saucepan is there onto a very low, quite close to the bowl of tomatoes and peppers, by the way, so don't do that. A little bit of olive oil in there just for a minute, like that. And we'll cook the onions first of all to soften them, and then we chuck in the tomatoes and the peppers. Alrighty then, so I've got my roughly chopped red onions there. You see some of the other ingredients hanging about in the background, which we'll move on to in just a jiffy, but let's get those onions in there. Okay, so keep stirring those for a good 5 minutes, and then what you're going to do is grab your tomatoes and peppers, like that, and also a little bit of your chopped parsley, and I've got some baby mushrooms. So all going to chuck them in there together. It's quite softened up already actually, and the smell, smells like a placenta from a freshly born baby, and you're loving that. Alrighty then, so I've got my chopped parsley. Let's put that in first of all, just for a little bit of green. Ready? Green, green. Now some buttered mushrooms, in they go, like so, optional, stir it through. Okay, so now your peppers and tomatoes, maybe grab your handful. Oh wow, feeling that, it's so moist and tender. It's like, oh my goodness, I just want to touch it. Yeah, so just get that in the pan, like so, drop it in. Now, if you chop your pepper quite roughly, so you keep some of the seeds in there, it's going to give it a teeny bit of a kick. Failing that, you could add some chili powder, or maybe some paprika. You can spice it and twang it, I don't know, any way you want. So now I'm just going to grind on a little bit of pepper. Let's get that on there. And this needs to go in there now, just to soften up, so let's keep our eye on it and just stir it round. Even heat coverage. I'm doing that a lot, aren't I? Stop it! Sorry. Righty-ho then, so while that's sort of breaking down in there a little bit in that pan, what you can do is just stand and stare at it like this. Or you could dance. It's completely up to you. Righty-ho, so if I show you this right now, it's started to break down quite a bit in there, and it's actually kind of moist. Now I know that's a sexual innuendo, but we're doing cooking right now. So what we're going to do, you can either put chicken stock cube in a water already with boiling water like this, or just grab 500 mils of water and just pour it in like that. Oh wow, I spilled a little bit there, don't worry about it. That levels up there, and now you unwrap the delicate sheath, you can see how it says sheath, off of a vegetable stock cube like that, okay? You can use a beef stock cube if you want, or a chicken stock cube, any kind of stock you want. Just take stock of that and add it in. Okay, I know it looks kind of weird like now, kind of like a wizard stew. I nearly wanted to say wizard sleeve then, but that's something completely different. What we're going to do is get a vegetable stock cube and grind that in to that saucepan like that. Like I say, it's completely different? Up to you. Different, up to you. You could have actually boiled your kettle in that jug and sprinkled in, the stock beforehand. But if not, I'm just going to prefer to do it like this. Like that. Just stir it all through like that. And we bring it up to a simmer now for about 20 minutes. Thank you. Okay, so if you're eagle-eyed, and actually thinking about it, if you are an eagle, I don't know why you'd be watching a cooking video, you'd probably be flying going, wah, wah, I'm an eagle. Yeah, I have put my pan right to the back there to build it up to a simmer. I'm just going to develop it, I'm going to nourish it, I'm going to encourage it, I'm going to go, come on, simmer, and then we're going to leave it for a bit. We've got other stuff to do. I've got myself a larger saucepan full of water. Don't believe there's water in there? Watch this. Stock cube goes in, look at that sprinkler effect there. So So yeah, that's going to go in there. Bring it up to heat to make a stock. Simmer it very, very lowly while we make our meatballs, baby. Meatballs. Balls are going in our face later. Okie doke, so I'm going to show you how to make the meatballs, but just before I do, you might hear a little nibbling sound in the background, and it is not guinea pigs or rats in my kitchen. It's actually something called a daughter. I've got a little girl. You might have met her before. Her name is Phoebe. Hello, Phoebe.
Hello.
What's your name?
Phoebe.
Oh, that's a nice name, Phoebe. What are you doing?
Eating cereal.
Is that a little bedtime snack for you?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Does it help the monsters go away?
Yeah.
Amazing. Are you very talkative right now?
No.
No. Okay. She's in the zone eating her pre-bedtime snack. She's going to go to bed and we're going to make meatballs. We are living the dream, people. Okay, so let's get started. I've chopped up some parsley first of all, and it's only fair. A big old handful of that I shoved that in first of all. There's no structure to this, although I would recommend putting the meat in last just because you don't want raw meat on your fingers. Oi! Stop making that noise. Okay, so I'll crack in an egg next. I'll just do that like that. Hey Phoebe, was that good egg cracking? Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You go to the hospital? Wow, okay. She's just swallowed her lung, so we need to go and... Oh my gosh. You alright? Okay, so the egg's gone in there, and I'm going to take Phoebe to hospital. Next, we'll grind on a little bit of pepper. Phoebe's just told me she doesn't need to go to the hospital, do you, mate?
No.
No, cool. Right, a little bit of pepper in there. And this, my friends, is some nice chunk of Parmesan. So I'm just going to grate that on there like this, get that in there like so. Maybe about a tablespoon of that on there. Oh my yeah, oh my yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give that mixture a little bit of a stir together. Beat that egg together first of all. The cheese and the herbs in there as well. Not too much, not too much. And let me just grab my meat now straight out of the packet. Boom, in there. Boom, in there. And boom, in there like that. The last boom was a little bit tame. I'm sorry about that. Just going to stir it together with my hands first of all. No, this is a spoon. I'm going to get my hands in it afterwards, yeah? This is a spoon and this is my hands. Okay, so within that mixture right there, the egg is kind of like the end of a film where you see the credits going down. The egg is playing the role of the glue. It's going to hold it all together. You've got these flavours in there as well. Season it as much as you like, okay? Maybe if you want to be, got super loads of time and you want to be like cool about it, when you make the meatballs, you can stick little bits of cheese in the middle. That's cool when you do that. So what I'm going to do any minute now is grab my hands in there and start to munch away. So I've got to be careful with the camera. I'll probably tripod you up because I don't want to put raw meat on you because I love my camera. Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting my hands in there, squishing it all together. To be honest, it's not really that essential. If you beat it together hard enough with a spoon, you're going to be alright. So grab, depends on how big you want your balls, another innuendo there for you. Just maybe grab a teaspoon size if you want like medium sized balls, or tablespoon size for big kahuna balls, or maybe like teeny little marble size for little teeny balls. Up to you. Okay, so I've gone for about 16, 17 meatballs type balls there, and also went for a Tetris kind of shape as well, and unfortunately failed. It's all good. Our stock in this pan is very nearly there, so as soon as that's there, we're going to chuck the meatballs into the pan, because we can actually poach meatballs to make them a bit softer rather than that hard edge if we fry them. And do you know what I found out the other day, which some of you are like, yeah, don't you know that? You can actually poach meringue, so I've got a recipe idea for that that's going to blow your mind very soon. Right here, we have got that pan of tomatoey goodness, all softening up like a proper sort of stew, so chunky and hunky. Chunky and hunky. What we're going to do is get our tin, or actually carton of chopped tomatoes. As you know, very environmentally friendly using that carton. Yet again, I'm going to put that in as a later stage because I wanted those fresh tomatoes just to get all nice and oosh first of all, and then those ones in the carton, which, you know, they're not as cool. They go in, they don't get so much bathing time in the swimming pool. We stir that around like that. And I'm going to need a bigger saucepan. I might be hardcore and risk it though. Hi, my name is Barry and I'm here to talk to you about spaghetti. Right, okay, so the next step is your spaghetti. So you've got your long shaft, innuendo, of spaghetti right here. So what we're going to do is snap it, okay? I'm going to grab it and maybe go, rah, like that, get some in my face. I need goggles, safety goggles next time, to make it into more delicate pieces like this. Can you see it like that? You can get them smaller than that if you want. It's completely up to you. Now this spaghetti is going to take a good 12-15 minutes. We're going to chuck it 12-15 minutes, as you say. We're going to chuck that in that pan and it will cook away with the tomatoes. So if you're using fresh pasta, which only takes about 3 or 4 minutes, that's great, but the strands are already there. So it might be kind of harder to pull it out. So you're going to have to go, snip, snip. Kind of like you're circumcising spaghetti. Okay, so my pan that's just about to start simmering again is about to have spaghetti inserted into it. Ready? Yay! In it goes. Have fun, guys. Now pat it down. Get it in there. A little bit of juice on the side there. And that's going to bring it up to a simmer. Cook that spaghetti through. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to move on to is something called tea bagging now. What I want you to imagine is that this is a pot full of hot boiling water and you're putting a tea bag in. Now rather than putting a tea bag in, you're putting balls in, okay? So you're basically tea bagging with balls, okay? So what we'll do is grab maybe just one or two just to show you right now. And this water is very nearly simmering. I'm just going to drop it in slowly like that, About 10 minutes of those going in there and then we're done. We're tea bagging right now. Is that an innuendo? Alrighty, so we've got some red hot simmering action going on right now. The red is simmering. The stock is simmering. Under there is a pan full of tea bagging balls in there. Oh my goodness. What I've got here is a baguette. It's the very last step, optional if you want. I've got a baguette, a poppy seed baguette if you're interested. Look, poppy seeds. That's my favourite baguette. If you ever want to buy me a baguette, send me a baguette in the post. That's my favourite. Thanks. What I'm going to do is grate some cherries just on top of that. And then I'm going to get my grill. Get out my grill, y'all. I'm going to put it in the grill just to melt the cheese and we'll serve it alongside it so you can dunk them in your chunky soup. That's it. Alright, I just wanted to show you this. I've got that cheese on there and it kind of looks like cobwebs. It's like a spider's gone straight on top of it like that. And I could have done a bit tidier with that. Sorry to show you that. So what I'm going to do, shove that under the grill, get out my grill, y'all. Get out my grill. And yeah, grill them up. And the last thing I'll do is take the meatballs out and dip my balls in the soup. Okay, while my cheese is in my grill, y'all, the first 3 people that replied to my Facebook status who wants a mention in my video. Paula Whitehead. Hi, Paula Whitehead. Nikki Baverstock. Hi. Cheers for the Twitter follow as well. Love you. And Stephanie Ricks. Alright? Alright, Steph, how's it going? Also, an apology to David Ferris. Look, I don't know how to pronounce it. Can I show you? David Ferris. Will it come up there? The one at the bottom? I'm sorry, I pronounced your name wrong last time. I'll just call you Dave. Is that alright? Let's carry on, shall we? Okay, let's fight off the steam. I just drained off my balls after 10 minutes and checked that out. My meatball is all done, so I'm going to carry this meatball like some sort of sacrificial ceremony. I'm just going to drop it in, bam, in there. Just for about a minute, just to get used to all that flavour. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to serve it up in a bowl now with a little bit of cheese, a little bit of extra parsley, my toasty bread things, which smell burnt, and then we're done. Okay guys, urgent news flash. We have got it ready to plate this up right now. Here we go, let's get a plate in a bowl. Okay, just a bowl would do normally. You don't have to put the plate there, but it looks fancy and I can put my bread along it. Speaking of the bread, ouch, just hit my hand, ouch. Let's put the bread down there. Ooh, that looks nice. I put a little bit of extra parsley on there as well. Let's fill this up with some soup right now. Oh my goodness, I filled that up good, didn't I? Smoking hot still. Sprinkle of cheese on the top like that. Oh, wow, let that all melt on there. That is some of that grated parmesan again. Some more parsley if you like, scatter it on there. And last but not least, one final grind of pepper on there. So if you want to make it a little more cheeky, perhaps add some balsamic vinegar in there, or maybe some golden syrup just to sort of sweeten it up any way you like. So that's done, and I'm going to eat it. I'm going to tell you that it tastes good whether it's nice or not. So you try and make it. Cheers. Right here then guys, I've got a spoon here with a good combination, a random selection of ingredients. Kind of when you take a spoon out of anything, you know, you don't know what you're going to get. You know, it's the fun of the fair. I'm going to have a taste right now, and if you're interested, a lot of people say, Barry, what's those orange bags you use in your videos? That's my bin. Basically, the supermarket that I buy my ingredients from generally, not all the time, I just use it as a bin. So let's have a little try. It's so good. I'm drifting away. I feel like I'm listening to a Bob Marley record. I want to put on like a Rasta hat and just start dancing and stuff. That is good. The meatballs are soft. The balls are soft. I'm loving it. Maybe if you want to make it a bit more wholesome, obviously you've got your bread there, which you can dunk in and go ah like that. But maybe you could make some potato croutons to put in it. I've made them before and they're really nice. So maybe try that. And if you want to know how to do that, just leave a comment and I'll answer that. So if I can make this, absolutely anyone in the world can. Have a go for yourself. Remember to like, share, comment and all that with the video, and I'll try and interact with you. That's dangerous, white t-shirt. And I'll see you again next time. Big up yourself. Get out my grill, yo.
Cooking is nice. 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 Cooking is nice.
Righty-ho, the first thing we're going to do is make this recipe. No, first. Alright, so keep stirring away like that for a good 5 minutes to start to soften up that process, and the tomatoes and peppers, join it in like that with the coriander as well. Give it a stir every now and then, about 5 minutes max, and then we chuck in the tomatoes and the peppers on top with that little bit of parsley. And then we're rocking and rolling. My flies are undone. I better sort that out. Kind of looks like cobwebs, like spider's web, straight on top of the baguette slices. So let's grill them. Get out my grill, y'all. Get out my grill. And I'm just going to bring it all together now. That's pretty much it. I'm going to dip my balls. Hey, y'all. This is my grill, y'all. I've got my cheese on it, y'all. Ah!